In the military, I used to jump out of bed the second the alarm went off. No hesitation. Lights on, boots on, mission mode. Now, same alarm, same person. But the body doesn't move. The mind says 5 more minutes. And when that started happening, it honestly scared me more than those endless 12-hour days ever did. Because if you're a tradesman, a hustler, or just a working man grinding every single day, you've probably felt this too. You're not lazy, you're not weak, you're under cumulative load. Almost nobody explains this in plain language. Athletes call it overtraining. Doctors call it stress. Psychologists call it burnout. But for us, it's stacked pressure hitting from every direction. Physical strain, mental strain, financial pressure, relationships, career stress, old injuries, sleep debt. And the body doesn't care about categories. It just adds everything up and eventually says, too much. And when that happens, the drop is quiet. Mornings get slower, your fuse gets shorter, your head feels foggy, your drive fades. People call that laziness. It's not. Today, we're going to name what's really happening. We're going to break down cumulative load, and more importantly, how to recalibrate. Not softness. A new operating system for a 30-year civilian life. Because you can endure a deployment, but no one can run deployment tempo forever. If this sounds familiar, stick around. This might completely change how you see yourself. Military life trained us to push through everything. Ignore pain, adapt, endure. That works during deployments. It does not work for decades of civilian life. Because what builds up is something called cumulative load. Cumulative load is the total wear and tear created when multiple life pressures stack up without full recovery. And for most working men and women, those pressures come from several pillars. Physical pillar, long shifts, standing all day, heavy lifting, old injuries flaring up. Mental pillar, constant decisions, no clear mission end state, always thinking about the next problem. Financial pillar, bills, family needs, transition debt, trying to build stability. Relationship pillar, less patience, arguments, distance building without realizing it. Career pillar, grinding hard, but without the brotherhood or clear mission many of us had in uniform. Identity pillar, a question many veterans struggle with. Who am I if I'm not the person who gets it done anymore? Injuries pillar, old service injuries never fully disappearing, just quietly reminding you they exist. Sleep debt pillar, probably the most ignored one. The military wired many of us to survive on 4 to 6 hours of sleep. But that debt never disappears, it compounds. Research calls this allostatic load. It's the physical wear the body accumulates from constantly adapting to stress. In veterans and high-demand jobs, it doesn't show up as dramatic collapse. It shows up as quiet fatigue, irritability, brain fog, lower motivation. And most guys think, I'm just getting older. No, your body is just doing the math, and the total finally came out too high. The shift rarely happens overnight. It creeps in slowly. You might notice things like harder to get out of bed, shorter patience with family, forgetting simple things, slower thinking, less drive to start projects, work performance slipping, gym performance dropping. None of this feels dramatic, but it adds up. And the worst part? Most men blame themselves. They think they've lost their edge. But the truth is much simpler. Recovery is overdue. Veterans feel this especially hard. We were trained to endure anything: pain, fatigue, sleep deprivation, stress. But civilian life is longer. You can gut through 6 months, you can gut through a year, but you cannot gut through 30 years of life running at deployment tempo. Something has to change, and recognizing that shift is the first step. The solution isn't simply sleep more, although that helps. What really works is recalibrating how you manage load. Think of it like switching operating systems, from endure mode to sustain mode. Here are a few practical shifts that help. 1. Audit the pillars. Check your load regularly. Which pillar is highest right now? Physical, financial, mental. Awareness alone prevents overload. 2. Build micro-recovery. Recovery doesn't have to be big. 10-minute walks, short naps, deep breathing, small resets lower nervous system stress. 3. Fix sleep slowly. Consistent sleep time. Dark room, no screens before bed. Pay down sleep debt gradually. 4. Protect your boundaries. If multiple pillars are red, don't add more weight. Even strong men have limits. 5. Reconnect with people. Brotherhood matters. Veteran groups. Friends. Family time without pressure. Isolation multiplies load. 6. Move smarter. Exercise should build resilience, not punish your body. Walking, lifting, stretching, done consistently. 7. Shift the mindset. Military mindset was endure everything. Civilian longevity requires sustainability. Strength isn't grinding yourself into the ground. Strength is managing your capacity. 8. Get help when needed. Therapy, peer groups, VA resources. Maintenance is not weakness. Even elite machines need servicing. The pillars don't disappear. Life always brings pressure, but the angles change. And learning to adjust those angles is what keeps you strong for decades. If you're feeling the weight of cumulative load, you're not broken. You're human. And understanding what's happening is the first step to lightening it. So I'm curious, when did you first notice the shift? What pillar hits you the hardest right now? Drop it in the comments, because a lot of men are carrying this quietly, and sometimes just hearing "me too" makes a huge difference. If this video helped you understand yourself a little better, share it with someone who might need it. You've already proven you have discipline. Now use that discipline to protect yourself for the long haul. Aim high, but recover higher. Subscribe for more real conversations like this. You've got this.
The mission changed.
What do you mean?
It's more complicated now.
We'll face it together.